I was trying to kind of like start a conversation, but she kept calling me sir, kept calling me lieutenant.
It just kind of happened naturally, so, I mean, we connected on so many levels, so I think it was just like a mutual understanding.
She's very creative with arts and designs, I would say. That's something that a lot of people, she's not going to present that, but she is.
He likes peace and quiet. He doesn't like large crowds. He's not shy, but he does like to kind of be low-key.
Well, before she came along, my mentality then was so focused on work. At the ASTS, I was the MRO then at the time, the medical readiness officer. So when I came to the unit, it was all business.
I had moved from Columbus at that time and just starting a brand new journey with the Air Force.
Poor thing. I felt bad for her. She was like a deer in headlights.
Goodness.
I saw her struggle, and and I stepped in and kind of offered a helping hand.
Oh, it meant so much. I was so overwhelmed and confused, but it was so helpful, and he was so supportive. It was great. But I mean, at some point, our conversation kind of drifted from work to, personal life. So that's when I kind of felt like, it's going somewhere different now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that was like one of the key things that we connected on in the beginning outside of military work.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I've been preaching for a while, and it was challenging, like to really kind of like open yourself up to, too much in the whole dating scene. That was something that she actually valued. Like, she wanted to know more. She wanted to hear sermons, and she really wanted to connect, on that level. And that was like refreshing for me. It was like, cause I hadn't really seen that, that was a huge push for me.
Yeah.
There was one moment, I would say, that she was kind of like, really embarrassed during my ordination process when I got ordained. She thought that she was just gonna kind of be there taking pictures and kind of being on the side, but they ended up calling both of us into the front of the church. And all of the husband and wives that were there in the church came up, they put hands on us, and everybody just started praying for us. I felt Joanne squeeze my hand so tight while they was praying and while it was going on, and she was just squeezing. Yeah, that was, she knows that was like key, because I had always told, even I shared with my son, and as he was growing up, that, the first woman that I introduced him to was gonna be the woman that I proposed to. And he picked up on Joanne's spirit immediately.
I was a little skeptical. It's something I had never done before, actually, and said I would avoid. But I feel like at some point during my whole dating history, I just kind of surrendered, I guess, finding love, and just gave it to God. And I'm like, Lord, if it's your will, then I'm gonna go with that. And definitely felt it with him. So it's been a blessing.
When I first met Carson, his son, we met up at the movies, and when I walked up, his son kind of looks up at him and says, "How does my hair look?" As if I was here to see him. And it was hilarious. We still joke about that.
For me, one of my weaknesses was like confidence, I would say, like with the military world. I don't like being caught off guard. I like to be on point, just knowledgeable, and, but just being comfortable with not knowing, and just still having confidence to move forward and say, well, I don't know, but I will.
Yeah, and I would say, I have a strong tendency to downplay, successes, and she's always kind of there, elevating that moment for me. And I think that's one thing that, has made me a better human, is just learning just to kind of appreciate things that I've done so far, and that I continue to do.